Okay, Vortex, I thought I'd talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about in relation to medication, but not not in the way that I've been talking about it. A lot of people try to get off of their medication and they don't taper off of it because they don't know what they're doing. And because they never learned anything from it, they didn't learn anything from their experience other than they feel like shit and they don't want to be a zombie anymore. Good on you for that, okay? I mean, you're better than a lot of people that are fine with being zombies. But keep in mind, like, many of these people were zombies for like 20 years. You know? That's crazy, dude. I couldn't be a zombie for longer than 2 fucking weeks. I guess that's why I didn't get addicted to it. So, you know, I don't have the same dilemma that all these other people have because I couldn't stay on it. But, if you don't learn anything, you're going to repeat the behavior. Okay, so of course these people are having the same dilemma trying to get off the medication that they had when they got on it, which is impatience, okay? You're not patient with yourself. You're not patient enough to wait for your mood to change. You're not patient enough to wait for your anxiety to subside. You're not patient enough to try to understand why you have anxiety and why you're depressed. And I say depressed in air quotes because I think a lot of people don't know what depression actually is. If you're able to talk about it, if you're able to get up and eat and take care of yourself in any kind of way, go to work, that's not depressed, okay? You might be despondent, you might be bitter and cynical about the way that the world is. I mean, understandably so, okay? But yeah, it's like if you can function at all, like you're not fucking depressed. So when people say I'm depressed, that really doesn't mean anything. It's like saying somebody's racist. You know? But yeah, like people get it in their head that, oh God, I gotta get off this medication. I gotta get off this medication. And then like they get impulsive and they just abruptly stop taking it after their brain has become addicted to this neurotoxic medication that was terrible for them from the fucking jump. So it's like you feel like shit getting on it, then your brain gets used to it, and then all of a sudden it works. But just like any other drug, like you're gonna have to add more in order to get the same effect, you know? So you're either going to have to up the dose or you're going to have to add on another pill. And probably another pill after that, another pill after that. And if you have really bad side effects, then you're going to have to deal, like, just keep piling it on, you know? Or you could just drink and smoke weed. You could do that. But I mean, there's so many things you could do that don't involve like chemically castrating yourself and mentally castrating yourself in a lot of ways. You know? It's like you're cutting yourself off from feeling things, and you're cutting yourself off from being able to experience sex the way that you're supposed to. It's like I was thinking about how all these things that people do now, like, you know, I was saying earlier that like everything's a drug now. Yeah, like sex is a drug, food is a drug, pornography. The reason why people can't fuck right, the reason why people are addicted to watching people fuck, which is really fucking weird if you think about it. And that was already weird, you know, like people masturbating to like a videotape of, you know, paid actors. You hope not sex trafficking victims, but yeah, like people working in the porn industry. Okay, that was weird enough. People masturbating to some fucking magazine, you know? Well, it's like people used to do that to posters of fucking Rita Hayworth, you know? It's not that surprising. It's not like that extreme either. But pornography in today's age is definitely fucking extreme. And it's just getting more and more extreme. But I'm telling you, it's because of the meds. Pornography wouldn't be anywhere near as addictive if people weren't taking pills that fuck up their neurotransmitters. But it's the same thing with food. So it's changed our relationship with sex. It's changed our relationship with food. It's changed our relationship with other people. Not to mention ourselves, you know? So yeah, I notice when I talk about technology in my comedy, like, people just don't... Like, so if I talk about it certain ways, they get it, but if I'm too critical of the culture, like, they just don't understand. Because they're in it. They're in it, and all these comedians and artists, like, you can even call them that. I mean, they are. I'm not saying, like, oh, if you have a smartphone, you're not an artist or whatever. But you're definitely living in darkness, right? It's a type of darkness. When you need your light to come from a phone. Like, yeah, I would say that that's definitely living in darkness. But yeah, so what I was trying to say before is, like, because medication doesn't teach you anything about yourself, you didn't figure out that impatience is one of your biggest problems. So if you can't even be patient with yourself and your feelings and your thoughts and you know, just the way your moods are swinging, you know, like, why would you be patient in relation to getting off medication that's really bad for you? I mean, don't talk to your psychiatrist about it. Your psychiatrist doesn't know what they're talking about. Like, on purpose. They purposely don't know anything about tapering, because why would they? You know, their whole business is keeping people on the drugs. So why would they know how to safely taper off that shit? You know, that wouldn't be in their best interest to know how to do that. But it is pretty sadistic. That's why I say it's fucking malpractice. It's a crime against humanity, really. What's crazy is that people are fine with crimes being committed against them if they're temporarily convenienced. If they don't have to feel things as much temporarily, it's just all they want is this instant gratification, and that's why they suck. That's why they fail. That's why they continue to disappoint themselves. And then they want to whine about, oh, I can't believe they did this to me. I can't believe you did this to yourself, dude. Hold yourself accountable. Okay, do something weird. Hold yourself accountable. Stop being angry. Okay, I hate psychiatrists too, but it's really the public. The public goes along with this shit. And another thing that I have to mention. If you're mentally ill, you gotta maintain, okay? I wrote this on a poster. It says, maintain, motherfucker, maintain. Because, yeah, you can't act crazy. You can't do all this psychotic bullshit and then expect people to not react to that and tell you that you need to take something and talk to somebody and go somewhere and all that shit. You know? Like, you can't be a human being, okay? America is not the place for that. So, you want to be a human being, you do that shit in the bathroom stall.